we're speaking with Sol Strategies, a company that's uniquely positioned in the Solana blockchain ecosystem. Let me quickly explain. Sol Strategies operates as both an investor and infrastructure provider for the Solana network. The company currently holds over 226,000 Solana tokens and runs validators that help secure the Solana blockchain. Also, with 72 million Canadian dollars in liquidity and some recent strategic moves, they offer retail investors an interesting entry point into the blockchain infrastructure space. Let's learn about their business model and more with Leah Wald. Leah, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So let's start here. Investors who are new to blockchain, can you explain in simple terms what a validator does and how Sol Strategies generates revenue through this activity?
Yeah, absolutely. And a great question since it is nuanced. So, a Solana validator is simple. It's a node that processes transactions, it validates blocks, and helps secure the network through what's called proof of stake consensus mechanism. Other investors in the crypto ecosystem may know Bitcoin miners, and that's a proof of work. So, this is a bit different. So those validators or nodes play this key role in maintaining decentralization and also ensuring that the transactions are accurately recorded on the blockchain. So that's a validator. So how do we make money? So validators make money primarily through staking rewards and also commission fees. So they earn newly minted SOL as part of and that's the native token of Solana, as part of the Solana's inflationary reward system. And then that's distributed based on the total SOL staked to them, so distributed in kind. Additionally, validators can charge a commission on the rewards earned by the delegators. So those SOL holders who stake their tokens to a validator in exchange for a share of the staking rewards.
And what's the strategy here to balance versus stake these tokens?
Yeah. So that really comes down to the business strategy that we have at Sol Strategies as presented most recently in our earnings statement on the 28th. So we are accumulating SOL for our balance sheet as well as staking our SOL to our own validators. We've been seeing an average of 10% APY that's public on the websites that track validators. And then also we have third-party stakers who stake to our validators. So earning revenue in those two manners. But to answer your question very simply, accumulate SOL, stake to our own validators to increase the APY of that SOL, and then run the business of other stakers staking to our validator and earning commission.
And the company has been recently selected as a staking partner for 3iQ's Solana ETF. But before we dive into that, can we first also understand who you are, what you bring in terms of experience to the Sol Strategies team?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's been a real ride. So, my background, so a World Bank economist by trade and education. So, come from an economics background. I've been in this Bitcoin ecosystem for quite a while, especially with the asset management hat. So joined Lucid Investment Strategies around 2016, and I'm sitting in the United States. So apologies for the American acronyms here, but was a RIA, so Registered Investment Advisor, a Canadian IA that was specialized in what was called the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, which was the first Bitcoin security in the United States for exposure. So we were the wealth manager that was specialized in allocating to GBTC for our discretionary accounts. After that, I co-founded and ran a firm called Valkyrie Investments. And Valkyrie was one of the first crypto asset managers in the States to launch crypto ETFs. So it was a very exciting ride. We had many funds. We had SMA strategies for advisors. We had hedge funds. We had grantor trusts in private format. And we had ETFs. So we launched the first NASDAQ traded Bitcoin futures ETF in 2021. And then also we were in the spot race last year, which was great fun. That business was sold. And then I came on as the CEO of what was Cypherpunk Holdings and now is Sol Strategies. I've been serving as a board member for many years, but finally got to sit in this seat, which has been a great ride.
Fair to say that you're a part of the first mover group when it comes to crypto ETFs?
Yes, very much so in the United States.
And how does that position you against, I'm sure they're your peers, but also competitors, right? In this crazy market.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I feel very fluent and comfortable in what institutions want and what structured products they want them in for crypto. In the United States, it's still very difficult as an investment advisor to buy spot crypto, which is why the ETFs have been so successful. But endowments, insurance, sovereign, pensions, other investment advisors, they have different structured products that they like to buy through, whether those are SMAs or whether they are grantor trusts or whatever other thematic ways to buy equities, an equity based thematic blockchain ETF, or the spot ETFs as an example. We've always seen that staking yield has been very akin for investors to buying bonds. So, cryptocurrencies with staking opportunities have always been interesting to institutional investors. So, from where I sit, I think what I bring to the table for Soul Strategies is at least the American asset management perspective of what investors want to buy and how they want to buy it. I'm learning the Canadian market, but I think if you consider Soul Strategies as a North American company that has ambitious growth plans, then I think that's probably what I bring to the table.
Going back to 3IQ's partnership, so staking partner for 3IQ's Solana ETF, good news. How does this aid your growth? And what does it mean for traditional investors who now have ETF access to Solana staking?
Yeah, it's a great question and an exciting question. Again, just bringing it back, these Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs, and in Canada, 3IQ pioneered the staked ETH ETF. So there actually is precedent on staking within an ETF structure. In the United States, we don't yet have staking for any of the ETFs, but we've seen such allocations to the ETFs and in Europe into the ETPs, which have also existed for many years. They've always been a preferred vehicle. So this is a very exciting opportunity for Solana and for Solana investors. What it means for Soul Strategies is to be a staking provider is immense potential for revenue because we are integral to the fund and the fund's success if there's a staking component to that fund. So, very exciting for me coming from the ETF world, having structured these types of products before, to partner with 3IQ, which is a shop that I have respected for many years. And I think that coming to market with this type of product when it's approved by the regulators is going to be really exciting.
Now, to close this interview off, I'm going to refer to a comment I saw online about Soul Strategies. Some users have asked, is it too late for me to get into the company? Of course, from your perspective as CEO, you're going to say, no, it's not too late. Give us 3 reasons why. What's coming up in the next quarter, year?
Yeah, we're very excited about what's to come. We've made it clear in the last earnings statement that we're going to aggressively pursue organic and inorganic growth. We acquired 2 validators last year. We signed an LOI that we press released last Friday about trying to acquire another validator. So we are expanding aggressively on that front. We've also acqui-hired extremely important talent, such as Max Kaplan, who is the Senior Director of Engineering at Kraken. So we're building tech under the hood, such as that Solana staking app that you mentioned, but also reporting and compliance dashboards. And then creating partnerships. We announced a partnership this morning. We also announced that partnership with 3IQ. So a lot of exciting things under the hood that we're working on.
What is that partnership that you just announced?
With Tetra Trust.
We'll have to keep continuing our watch. Investors can follow HODL on CEO.CA. Just search the ticker symbol. Thanks for watching.